You know what? Hey.
Oh man.
And it's so tricky. I seen you hit some gills then, bro. Listen, Pat, you know what I think he doing? He like telling us
I'm gonna win next week.
He breathing in, sounding out. You gotta be, man.
Hey man, we ain't gonna figure it out. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring me a recording next week. I'm gonna win next week. I'm gonna record it.
Look, I keep trying to tell y'all. I keep trying to tell y'all.
Watch you, Pat. I gotta watch you.
I am a trained voice professional. I keep telling y'all.
And you only stop because I stopped. You like had some more.
Hey man.
Hey, always.
Hey man. Just look at science.
Science, yeah.
Just look at science.
Look, y'all
That's
gonna,
my explanation.
y'all gonna try to have
science.
Y'all gonna have Swanson in here trying to take my place.
Oh yeah,
I saw that. Yeah.
Hey, you doing this thing too now.
DJ Booty Swamp was on it one day. Hey, but we can't replace you, my friend. We can't replace you, man. Hey, glad you back, my friend.
Hey man, appreciate it,
brother,
bro.
glad
Appreciate
you back,
it,
man.
bro. Appreciate it.
Instigator is back in the building.
Instigator is back. I'm loaded for bear.
Okay.
But you know hold on, man. We gotta say hello, Macon County.
Macon
How
County,
y'all doing, Macon County? Everybody in Macon County, hello, Facebook Live. How you doing?
What's up?
Getting ready for this show here. It is February the 28th. We'll never see this night again.
That's right.
2019.
There you go.
But just enjoying being here, man. I'm gonna go ahead with the share report before we start.
You got your sheet?
Uh-oh. I gotta read the
Hey,
There we go.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
There we go.
Hey, I'm about to forget that. But you know what? 3 heads are better than one.
There
There
you
you
go.
go. That's it. That's all.
And you know we're doing it live too. So
Of course.
we're allowed to make a couple mistakes.
That's
Hey.
right. That's right.
And you know
Hey.
what? We don't make many mistakes.
Sure don't.
Not
We really
not
don't.
many.
Really don't.
Not
We
many.
don't make many mistakes. One time somebody said a bad word. Though.
We don't
I
call
don't know
no
who
names.
said that. We ain't gonna call no
I don't know who
names.
you're,
We
I don't know what you're talking about. I know nothing.
Hey, 100.7 FM WUBZ with DJ Booty Rush and Hear Me TV. Tuskegee Virtual TV, channel 181 in town, channel 19 on campus with Pat Wallace, director, Kimberly Wright, and Jordan.
In the building.
Jordan in the building. Hey, we got CBTV. And we ready to go.
Hey, Jordan rocked the
Everybody.
house last week. She was flying solo. I was
Yeah,
proud
she
of
did.
her.
Yeah.
She
did.
showed out.
Yeah, she
It was
did.
good. Yeah.
She did a great job.
She really did. I'm
think
proud of her.
I
Very.
think she was a little upset with us about the time because you went over.
Yeah.
Oh, why you
I
putting on me?
saw-
Nah, you went over.
Why you putting on me?
It was all on you, Booty
Well,
Rush.
hey, I take it because
Okay.
I had to shoot my wife. I take that one.
But
Oh,
it was,
yeah,
it was,
yeah,
it
yeah.
was- but look, it was still a very good
you
show.
had to do that.
I got to do
It
that.
was.
If I went over,
But
I
it
shot
was
my
still
wife.
an excellent show.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
still an
that's
excellent
right.
show.
That's
It's
right.
only
Look,
that's
I made it
right.
work. I made it work.
You made it work, brother?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Between the dates of February 22nd and February 28th, the Macon County Sheriff Department in the last 7 days has received 97 volunteer fire transmissions, 1,021 landline calls, 127 E911 calls, and 996 radio transmissions for a total of 2,241 contacts.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, we down.
Down.
That's
down.
good.
We
That's
down.
real
And that's
good.
great.
Down.
That's
excellent.
great. But that still don't mean we're not busy.
That's right.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And we're always busy, always something to do. And it's great that the call volume went down, but you know, we got another month or two and the call volume be going way up again.
That's right.
Hopefully
you know,
not.
It's
Hopefully
kind
not.
of seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've been noticing that over the last 4 years, though,
Right.
over the last 3 years.
Right.
We've been doing this for 2 years.
And we've been
Going on
announcing.
3
We've
years.
been
Going on
announcing this.
Going on 3 years.
Yeah.
Going on
three
3 years.
Yep.
And, you know, the call volume always goes down,
Right.
at this
Yeah.
time of year, and it picks up as the summer starts approaching.
Right. Right.
So we know we're going to look forward to that.
Right.
That's it.
We answered a total of 17 complaints, and it's up from last week.
up.
Last week
That's
we had
up.
a record low.
Right.
We
right.
only
You
had
had
about
seven.
seven
That's seven,
complaints.
yeah.
Right.
But right here we have a robbery on 222 with an arrest. On 222 we had another arrest on DV strangulation.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
on
we hate that,
222 Hill Road we had a property damage. On 223 we had a domestic violence. Third on Bendigo Road. On 223 I-85 had a criminal mischief. On 223 County Road 44 we had a house fire. On 224 County Road 46 we had a criminal mischief. On 224 exit 32 on the ramp had a abandoned vehicle. On 225 County Road 31 we had a property damage. On 225 Old Creek Stand Road we had a stolen bull. How do you steal a bull?
A bull, a stolen bull.
A stolen
Yes.
bull.
Wow.
On 225 Ellis Road, we had harassment. On 225 Tysonville Road, we had identity theft. On 226, we had arrest on unlawful possession of a firearm. On 227, County Road 19, County Road 2, we had a burglary third, theft first. On 228, County Road 2, we had a stolen vehicle. On 228, we had arrest for a DUI. And on 228 Franklin Road, theft of property second.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Man.
those
That
what's going on
domestic violence,
today?
man.
Yeah,
That's
domestic violence
man.
third.
Don't hurt your loved ones. Come on, man.
And got to have a minute of silence because in that house fire, young lady lost her life.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
So let's have a moment of silence for the
Yeah,
family.
Yeah.
You know, that was kind of tough. I was out there on the
Gotta be
scene and
tough.
it was really tough.
Right.
Yeah.
But let's have a moment of silence for her out on County Road 44. All right. It's always tough, when things like that happen, man. And that was definitely an accident.
Yeah.
I don't know, all the details yet. I know the state fire marshal was here at my office today, and they're still looking into it. Pretty much has come to a conclusion on what happened.
Right.
But that's always sad, and we have to pray for the family.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a young man at home with his grandmother, and that was sad. She wasn't able to get out.
No.
But the young man did get out, and he's safe, so we got to pray for him and the rest of the family.
Right.
And, of course, we did all that we can do to help them. Even fire department from Shorter came,
Okay.
fire department from the VA came, and Tuskegee Fire Department
Wow.
came. And, they made that long road down County Road 44 to get there, down 29 to 44.
Okay.
And the local fire department, the volunteer fire department down there showed up. So they were all pumping water onto that fire, trying to get into that house. My deputies were there trying to get in,
Okay.
and they just couldn't gain access to the house.
Right.
The fire was, it was too hot for them, too bad when we got there.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to commend those guys, Ms. Shepherd, Bobby Baker, Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys had their own axes out, to try to get into the house.
Right.
Along with the guys, from the volunteer fire department, and just everybody that was out there. Have to commend you for trying to help, but it was nothing they can do, when we got there. So, just have to say thanks to those young men, who were visibly upset. Oh, I said young men and women because
Okay.
Shepherd was there.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
But they did a great job trying to do what they can do. And I have to say everybody that was out there,
Right.
I can't name everybody and everybody's name, but everybody that was out there really tried to do what they can do. So say thank you for that to everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, last week I hate that I wasn't here, but I have to give my hats off to the first responders when y'all had that incident,
Yeah.
These guys put their lives on the line,
Yeah.
man.
Right,
It was,
man.
This is really some serious stuff. I mean,
Absolutely.
these guys, they're some serious heroes. So I
Right,
gotta,
right.
I gotta give them my props, man. They get
Absolutely.
props, serious,
Yeah, man.
for real.
Yeah, man. It was some great guys, man. We had a great show about that last week. And I can't forget Sergeant Kennebrew that was out there at that fire too.
Yeah.
But the great show last week, those guys deserve to be recognized.
They really
right.
do, yeah.
That's right.
When they do stuff like that, we already get a lot of bad publicity,
Mm-hmm.
and not enough good publicity to any first responder that does what they're supposed to do.
That's
Right.
it.
And I try to give credit where credit is due.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about the Shorter Fire Department coming all the way from Shorter.
Yeah.
You're talking about the VA coming all the way from the VA. You talk about Tuskegee coming all the way from Tuskegee.
Right.
To get out there and try to save a life
That's right.
Right.
and save this property. So
Right,
you have to commend those guys on that
Absolutely.
because they didn't have to do that.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
And when they get out there and you see those guys working hard, that's hard work trying to fight a fire.
Right,
It is.
right.
And it
And
definitely
dangerous.
is.
It's
And
dangerous.
work.
Very
And
dangerous.
dangerous work.
Very dangerous work.
So, when everybody can come together for one common cause, it's definitely a good thing.
Absolutely.
Right.
And definitely deserve to be commended for all the things that they do.
Absolutely.
You know what? I think all of the first responders need to get a round of applause. How about that?
Yeah,
man?
let's get
I
them
think
clapping.
they should. I
You-
really
you
think they.
absolutely
I think
right.
they deserve that, man. I really do.
You're right.
Because I mean, really, they put their lives
get
on the
those-
line all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, all the time.
A round of applause for those guys there.
Okay.
The first responders.
First
There you go.
responders.
That's right.
First responders, and those guys are, you just can't talk about the heart that they have.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're going to get on with the show here. And the topic that I wanted to talk about tonight was what role does marijuana play in our school-age kids
Okay.
and today's society?
Okay.
we're getting introduced to marijuana at a younger age.
Right.
And it definitely plays a role in our school age kids and what's going on in their lives today.
Absolutely.
That's true.
And we when I was coming up, I mean, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, I didn't know what marijuana was. Probably had never heard of it.
Right.
Never smelled it, seen anything, and probably not until high school.
Right.
And it wasn't a whole lot then.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I'm sure people smoked marijuana, but I wasn't introduced
That's
to
right.
it. I knew nothing about it.
Right.
And but it's just more prevalent now.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about parents and what's going on in the home with smoking marijuana with these kids and introducing them. I've seen kids on Facebook at 1st, 2nd grade smoking marijuana.
Right.
Wow.
That's not good.
That's not good. That's right.
That's not good at all.
not good.
I didn't even
Pat, what you
know.
think about
I didn't
that?
know anything about that until you just said that.
Yeah.
And what's her name? Miss Tia.
Mm-hmm.
We had a long conversation last week, and she was telling me that young people as low as 4th grade
Right.
are showing up
yeah.
to school like
Oh,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I had no idea something like
Oh,
that was
yeah.
going on. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, man.
that's shocking to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's shocking.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, put it like this: the parents are the irresponsible ones. Now, I saw this just today, outside in plain view in broad daylight. The parent smoking the marijuana next to the car, and a little kid running around right next to him,
Right.
like
right.
it was no big deal.
Right. Right.
That's the kind of stuff. I mean, that's
Well,
that's
I don't
That's a lot
know.
of carelessness.
I don't know. I can't say that I've seen any young school age kids myself. I hear about it all the time. Sometimes you can have the smell of marijuana, especially around young people. That don't mean they were smoking.
That's right.
right. They might have been around the parents.
Parents are
Got in their clothes.
irresponsible.
Got in their clothes.
And they get in their clothes.
Right. Right.
And a parent might not even think anything about it.
Right.
Right.
Jump in their car to take the child to school. They fire up a joint, driving, smoking a joint, and the
It's in the
smell
car.
gets
In the car. In the kid.
and in their clothes.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's on the parents.
Yeah.
right.
But parents, those are things that we don't need to do.
That's right.
You know,
Right.
you sitting in the house, young man over there, young lady over there doing their homework. You know, we not thinking about anything.
Right.
You know, you do what you want to do in your home, but you fire up a joint and they sitting around, it
Right.
gets in their clothes.
That's right.
You know, they see you doing, they think it's all right.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And those are things that's not playing a good example for your
That's
kids.
right.
That's right.
You
That's
know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's right.
And those are things that we have to watch out for. Those are things that my parents didn't do
That's right.
Right.
at all.
That's right.
You know, I don't even know
I
if my
neither.
mama know what marijuana looked like. I don't know if my daddy know that. That's something that they
That's right.
didn't do.
That's right.
You
Right.
know, but like I say, times have changed.
Times have changed, man.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
Times have changed so much that they're legalizing marijuana
Right.
in
Certain states.
certain states.
That's right.
Right.
So what's going to happen to those kids? Are they going to be smoking at an early age? Are they going to go to school, firing up a joint?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, man, marijuana destroys brain cells.
And let me tell you,
I mean, that's what they say.
Yeah.
It's even heavier than that though, because the marijuana that they smoked in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, totally different thing.
Totally different now.
It's totally different. It's much more stronger.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and so I mean the brain activity is affected a lot more.
Right.
Especially with young developing brains.
That's right.
That's the scary part about that, is that it affects the young developing brain different than the adult brain, and the parents need to understand that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they got all these synthetics now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and I think they're a little more dangerous.
Dangerous. Very
You
dangerous.
know, we talk about cheap marijuana, we talk about expensive marijuana. They got all kinds of different
Yeah.
kinds of marijuana
Right.
now.
Yeah.
And not to
Made up.
mention the edibles that people are putting that in the mail, edibles and stuff.
Wow.
Oh, edibles.
And that's a very dangerous thing too, because let me tell you, in California they have these edibles and you have to break them into pieces like the brownies. You got to
Right.
break them.
Yeah.
Somebody do a whole one, it's like almost overdose.
Wow.
Yeah, it's scary. So that's what I'm saying. That's just as scary as the other things.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
It really is. I
Definitely
mean,
is.
so we have to make sure that the kids are given a better example by the parents.
Right,
You
right.
can't do that around the children like
That's
that.
right.
It's just it's out of the question. You don't do that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of kids will try to emulate what the parents do.
Yep.
All the time.
You know,
All
and,
the
and
time.
even if they don't have real marijuana, I've seen them take regular grass and just put into a
Yeah,
bag
yeah.
and put it in
Because
their
they see,
pocket.
yeah, because they see people.
see-
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and they just
Exactly.
try to do that to look, you know, they look
cool,
up to
wanna be
people,
looking cool.
certain people, and they want
Right.
to be cool.
That's right.
And
Right.
that's not good to look up to somebody doing
Doing
that.
that, right.
And when we're doing that around our young people, you need to tell them. I mean, I can't tell you what to do as an adult,
Right.
but
Right.
you certainly can tell that young person looking up to you that this is not what you do.
That's right.
You know,
That's
it's
right.
not
That's
cool to
right.
walk around like that. It's not cool. You're gonna get in trouble, and it's just setting a bad example
Right.
right now.
I'm
You
gonna
know?
tell you another thing. music videos. I don't usually
man.
watch these
Oh,
things,
yeah.
Oh,
but
man.
I saw some recent videos on YouTube,
Right.
Because they're not restricted by FCC like television, right?
Right.
Somebody showed me some of the stuff, and the people are smoking marijuana in the video,
That's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
and the
yeah.
kids are seeing this,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they look up to these
Oh,
people.
yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That's another dangerous thing too,
Oh,
because
yes.
the role models that they have
Yes,
are
absolutely.
doing this at the same time.
Right. Right.
You know.
Well,
So-
you know, it's like I know back in the 60s, you know, Vietnam War and all that,
Yeah.
a lot of people smoked marijuana.
Right.
You know, and then from there, it just started getting worse and worse.
Right.
You know, and people started enjoying it. Right now, it's just a leisure drug right
That's right.
now.
That's right.
You know, they leisurely smoke marijuana just like they leisurely drink now.
Recreational.
You know,
Doing
but
a lot of
for recreational, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it still is illegal.
Illegal. That's right.
In
the state of
Alabama.
Alabama.
Right.
And-
So unfortunately, I'm not gonna say unfortunately, we have to deal with that.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Until they legalize it, you know, it's just illegal. But you know, I'm a person that changes with times. You know, just
Yeah.
like back in the day, you were smoking cigarettes, and now it has changed to marijuana.
That's right.
And they smoke it just as leisurely as they smoke a cigarette.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
But until the times change here, we still have to deal with
Right.
it.
Hey, you know, that creates a question for me, for you. I know that other states have had challenges when they have legalized it. What do you see as a challenge that would be presented to you as sheriff if they do actually legalize it here? What do you think the impact would be on law enforcement?
one of the impacts on law enforcement would be smoking marijuana would be like drinking and driving.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about people, you know, marijuana kind of does something to your brain.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to have more accidents, I would think. We'll have more wrecks, I would think. You know, people don't think clearly
That's right.
when you're smoking marijuana.
That's
it
right.
alters your
That's
thinking.
right. That's right. That's
So
right.
you can imagine what could happen
Right.
in that case with so many people with altered thinking.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when you mix marijuana with somebody having a gun, which having a gun
Oh,
is
boy.
legal.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can just imagine. The impact would be so great.
Great.
Right,
Right.
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 The potential would be so
So
great.
great.
I would
Wow.
say that. The
Right,
potential
right.
would be so great.
Right.
You
Right.
never
Negative
can
potential,
say,
you think?
yes, the negative
Yeah.
potential would be so great.
Mm-hmm.
Some people might do what they're supposed to do, stay home when you're in this altered state.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, don't
Right,
drive
right,
just like
Right,
drinking.
right.
Don't
Right.
drink and drive, don't smoke and drive.
That's
Right.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think the potential of something happening is 100 times greater
That's right.
when you got somebody smoking, just like
Yeah.
drinking
Drinking.
Right.
and driving, getting
Right.
out going to parties,
Right.
getting out doing other things. I think the potential would
Yeah.
be great.
Right.
Well, let me ask you this though, because recently Alabama, well, I think they passed this on a federal level. There's something that does not have THC called CBD oil.
CBD.
Now it's
Yeah.
it's being sold in Macon County right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm still the CBD
CBD oil,
oil has been around for a long time.
Right.
right? And it has
People
no
have been-
psychoactive
Right,
effect.
right.
Though.
People been selling it a long time.
Right.
You know, so I hadn't had a run in with anybody that I know of that's had an effect so far,
Right.
and I can't say that has affected my job in any way so far.
So far.
Okay.
Right.
So I really can't answer that question.
Right. Right.
You know,
Gotcha.
intelligently because
Gotcha.
I haven't run into it
That's
yet.
right. That's right.
But we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Goes. Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll see how it goes.
Because I
Okay.
recently started seeing it in the convenience stores.
Oh
Wow.
man,
Yeah.
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 Ooh-wee.
So well, we'll see how it goes.
Okay, got you.
And what my nephew sells it in Tennessee, and they have a store to where they're selling the oil and all the cookies and
Right.
all of that stuff
Right.
where it's perfectly
But it's
legal.
legal there.
Wow. Yeah.
Right.
So I would like to do some statistics on
Right.
you know, crime in areas like that and just see how it affects the people. If the crime is going up, you know, that might be one potential
Right.
reason.
Right.
But you know what?
If it's going
seems,
down,
it
it
seems,
might
yeah,
be
it seems to
one
me like it would be
potential
going
reason.
down.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it seems like it would go down.
Well, you know, statistics might go down because now it's not an illegal drug.
That's right.
Right.
We have a lot of people getting arrested for traveling with illegal drugs, for
Drugs.
being under the influence of illegal drugs.
Right.
So it just might go down.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
But will stats like fightings, assaults, things like that go up?
Right.
You know, we
Well-
don't know, but we will see.
Yeah.
But on the good thing, maybe this will mellow people out.
Right.
Maybe this will
You
keep
never
people
know.
home.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
You never know.
Right.
Might have some positive
Yeah,
effects.
exactly.
But
Right.
we never know.
Right, right.
But I know one thing. it's not good for our young people
That's right.
in
Absolutely.
today's society.
Absolutely.
Just not good.
Not
They're
good.
not old enough to make that decision themselves,
Right.
and parents shouldn't be making that decision at this age for them.
Right.
But it's physically dangerous to a developing brain.
Right.
Yes, it is.
That's the biggest thing.
Yes,
Right.
it is. So we will see how that goes and how that turns out.
Right, right.
And listen, all those young people out there that are listening right now, if you're smoking marijuana and you're a little kid, it's going to make you retarded.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So don't do it.
Don't do it.
do it.
This the
Well,
instigator,
that's
y'all.
the instigator
y'all know how the
talking.
instigator
Now,
talk,
you
man.
I'm
don't
not
want to be
gonna say
retarded.
that.
You will
I'm
be.
not
Hey,
gonna
you
say
don't
that.
want to be retarded.
And I'm not even going to use that word, but that's the instigator.
That's the instigator, y'all.
But all the sheriff going to tell you is it's not good.
it's not good, y'all.
It's not good.
It's not good. Smoking at a young age.
No, and smoking at a young age is not good. It
not
affects you in many, many ways.
The oils that you're referring to is made of hemp.
Yes.
Him.
And the hemp marijuana has an illegal ingredient.
It's called
Right.
THC.
THC. Yeah.
THC.
Right.
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 Hemp
Right.
does not have it, but the marijuana does.
So
Okay.
what Brian sells is the hemp.
Right.
The hemp.
Made from it.
Yeah, the hemp.
okay.
Right. Okay, there you go.
The
And
hemp.
that's the difference. You know, I want to talk more intelligent about
About it,
all
right.
those aspects. So I think I'm gonna leave this conversation alone right now so I can talk
It can
about
go.
Yeah.
It can go. It
Yeah.
can
because
go.
this can go, yeah.
It can go all
And
kind of ways.
and we'll talk about it more, later on this.
We'll get some
Right.
statistics.
But
Right.
some statistics
On
and
it.
things
Right.
like that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just know the effects on the young kids are not good.
It's not
No.
good.
And
at
we
all.
see
No.
more and more of it around the world today
Right.
with younger and younger people.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And how in the world can a young kid at that age handle something so devastating to the young mind?
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, we get these kids that can't do their homework,
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
don't have no intention of doing no homework.
Like I said, it make them retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they start depending.
I'm telling
on
you.
it too.
Hey,
They
I'm
start-
not
they-
kidding.
They start depending on that stuff too. as
Yeah,
well.
they
You know what I'm
start
saying?
depending.
Yeah, man.
And just like adults do.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just like adults do. But I don't knock anybody for doing that, but don't do it illegally.
Right.
You know,
right.
it is illegal. It is an illegal drug in Alabama.
Right.
And I see a lot of people saying, and you know, we did a lot of drug busts. We did a lot of, found a
Yeah.
lot of marijuana out in the forest and places like that. And when
Right.
we would pull it up
Right.
and show it on Facebook, people say, why are we bothering marijuana? There's other crimes.
Right.
Well, for the sheriff, marijuana is a crime. I don't care how small it is.
That's right.
It is a crime.
Absolutely.
And marijuana leads to this, it leads to that, and it's a buildup of things that we can't use in the community right now.
Right. Right.
Right.
So I
Okay.
do that because it's illegal, and that's my job.
That's right.
To deal with things that are illegal in this state and in my county.
That's right.
So that's why we do that.
Absolutely.
And that's a great answer for y'all to say why we dealing with it. Because we have to and we're supposed
That's
to.
right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But on the real tip, you know, it's to me, it's going to turn into something like alcohol,
That's
the effects
right.
of alcohol,
It
and
is.
things like
Right,
that.
right, right.
And after a while, it might be a minor issue
Yeah.
to us here in Alabama.
Absolutely.
But right now, it is not a minor issue. We
right.
have to deal with it.
Got to.
And I know
Got to.
more and more people are doing it. See it every day.
Yeah.
You know, especially in our college students.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially in higher age kids. You
Right.
know, between college, high school.
Oh yeah.
But it's just going down to our younger generation.
Oh yeah.
And that's what we don't want.
Don't want it.
Yeah.
But until we legalize it in Alabama, we have to deal with
That's
it.
right.
Hey, let me add something else to this. Now, you know, we talk about this all the time when we talk about, and this is very important for the young people to understand too, is that you're in the point of your life where you're looking for jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
And we always talk about people being workforce ready.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is
yeah.
one thing that makes you not workforce ready.
ready,
right.
yeah.
Really seriously.
Yeah,
And so
yeah.
that's something to think about too. I mean,
Yeah.
it takes a long time for it to get out of your system.
Absolutely.
Somebody come along with an excellent job for you, you can't take it.
Can't take
Right,
it.
right.
Can't
You
take
know,
it.
and,
take
and
it,
it's
right.
a whole bunch of people
That's
that
right.
are in that situation. And the young people, the ones that are really looking for work and stuff like that, they least can afford this.
Right,
So
right.
just think about that, y'all.
That's right.
Seriously,
You're right.
think about that.
That's definitely right. And
You're right about that.
even on at my level,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if we drug test you, which we will drug test you, if you come up positive, you're gonna lose your job.
Lose your job. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna definitely lose your job, and that's what a lot of employers.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna lose your job
Lose
if
your
you
job.
test positive for marijuana.
Yeah. Or
You
any
know
other
it.
drug.
Any
Now-
other
now-
drug,
now-
yeah.
Now let me tell you
And-
something though. So, okay, here's the thing that I want to ask your opinion of this. Okay, because this was a big debate out in California.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so because they have it legal recreationally
Mm-hmm.
and for medical use, right?
Mm-hmm.
The big argument out there was if it's legal, just because you have it in your system doesn't mean that you're under the influence right now at work. So that was the big debate because it stays in your system
Wow.
30 days, right?
Exactly.
So people were arguing, hey, I only do it on the weekends.
Right,
You know,
right.
just because it's in your system. And there were a lot of people that were making that argument.
Right, right.
But you can't tell. There's no way to
No.
really tell.
No, there's
right?
no
so,
way to tell.
But that's something else to think about
Right.
if you're trying to be workforce ready.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure I'm going to answer that for you in the best way I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure as time goes on, they'll find better and more ways to test people.
Right.
If they're going to make it legal, they have to make the responsibility of finding better ways to test people
Right.
so that these things don't happen.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'm sure we would get an advancement in our technology of how to test marijuana smokers. You know,
Right.
that if you smoke marijuana today, we got something to test to tell you
To
did
tell
you
you
smoke it
today.
today?
Yeah.
Did
Right.
you smoke it yesterday?
Right.
You know, did you smoke it 30 days ago?
It's weekend.
Right.
Yeah, the weekend or whatever.
Right.
And I'm sure we will be able to do that soon.
Right.
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 You know, and
Probably
you know,
already got it now.
probably might already
They
have
might,
it now.
yeah. That's because, and that's the other thing. They test people's hair.
Oh yeah.
And the hair can tell you
Right.
Right.
a little bit more accurately.
But I always have you can't.
Yeah.
You got a ball here.
Yeah, and I gotta say this now. And don't get me wrong
Right.
on this, and people don't take this the wrong way.
Oh yeah.
But I don't smoke marijuana. Let's make that clear. I don't smoke it for a whole lot of reasons.
Right.
Don't have no desire to smoke it.
Absolutely.
But don't take what I'm saying wrong.
Right.
Because there's some good people that smoke marijuana.
right.
Yeah.
That's just something that they do.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I ask some people, why do you smoke marijuana? Oh, it relaxes me. It makes me feel that it does this, it does that.
Right.
You know, and then you have people that smoke it for medical purposes.
That's right.
You know, and medical reasons. So don't y'all get me wrong because we talking about marijuana. You have some good people that smoke marijuana. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that
True.
everybody smoke marijuana.
Absolutely
is bad.
true.
right, right.
That's
But
right.
I don't agree with you if you smoke marijuana in front of your kids.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, if you expose them to this,
Absolutely.
you know, I don't agree with that. But
Right.
don't
Right.
I'm not just saying everybody that smoke marijuana is bad. I'm not saying
no,
that.
you're not saying
But
that.
I don't smoke marijuana.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't believe in smoking marijuana. You know what I'm saying? And that's for a whole lot of different reasons.
Right.
Right.
And it is against the law
That's
in
right.
the state of Alabama.
Got to uphold the
You
law.
will lose your job
Yeah.
in the state of Alabama.
You're
That's
right.
it.
You know, for testing positive for marijuana.
That's
So let's get that cleared up. But that's not what I'm saying. Okay.
Gotcha.
right.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
it is time.
Yeah, it's about time for the drop. Yeah, we'll be right back, you guys, right after these messages.
Hey Tuskegee, make sure you watch the Macon County Sheriff's Report with Sheriff Andre Brunson every day at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Tuskegee Virtual TV, Channel 181 in town, and Channel 19 on the TU campus, hosted by DJ Booty Rush. Be sure to check out our live stream every Thursday evening on YouTube at Tuskegee Virtual. We're keeping Tuskegee in the know.
And you know this. And you know this.
All right. We're back.
Hey, we back again. So we're going to say hey again to everybody in Macon County. Glad y'all can join us tonight. Last night of February. Tomorrow will be March the 1st. And we're going to go down here and read these comments. We're going to start with Jalen DeAndre. He says, I would do sheriff. He was saying he was just taking everything day at a time, and that's good. Jackie Baldwin, hey, Jackie is watching. Miss Crenshaw, how you doing? Brenda Brown is watching. Hey, Brenda, I talked about you going on a cruise and leaving us.
Oh, yeah.
But she says, good evening. And we got Pat over here, the instigator. And Crenshaw says, good evening, gentlemen. Have a
Crenshaw.
great show tonight.
Crenshaw.
Jimmy Rush over there, Booty Rush.
Hear me.
Philander Ezel is watching. Hey, Philander.
Philander Drill.
Miriam Ellerby says hello and hello to
Ellerby,
you.
Ellerby.
Johnny Ware is watching. Victor Clark is
Vic.
watching. Hey, all of you. Jamise Harrison. Hey, Jamise, how you doing? T. Brunson, my daughter, her and Big Man are watching. How you doing at home? Say hey to everybody at home. Bree, Dre, Tay, my mom, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, all y'all. Hello. Roberta Crenshaw says waiting for the Easter Bunny dance. So it's almost been a year.
That's right. That's
It's coming
right.
up, y'all.
So we got
coming
to
up.
sing the Easter Bunny for, and you got to have a dance.
Yeah,
That's right.
And,
And we're going to let him do his
The booty
dance. Tina Reeves says, hello, everybody, and hello to you. Alfreda Martin, my dispatcher, Alfreda Martin, who always does a great job over at the Macon County Sheriff Department, over at the E91, as do all the other dispatchers. I
Okay.
want to say hello to y'all over there. Hello to my jailers over there. Hello to the people in the office. And hello to the deputies and everybody that works at the Macon County Sheriff Department.
yeah.
But Ms. Martin has been there a while, and she does a great job. And I told you last week, those dispatchers are our lifeline.
That's right.
And they
That's
really,
it.
really do a great job.
Absolutely.
Okay. Miss Sullivan is watching. Hey, Miss Sullivan, how you
Sullivan,
doing? She
Sullivan.
says good evening to everybody.
What's up?
Hello.
Miss Provo, Kiana Provo is watching.
Hey.
And that's Mr. Provo's wife, and she was on the show last week.
That's
Had,
right.
had a great
Yep,
job.
yep.
I enjoyed seeing her and him on the show, and they both do a great job.
Absolutely.
My homeboy Howard Long. Hey, Howard Long was in the movie The Water Boy, played football here with me at Tuskegee.
What?
Visit the
We
movie.
called Howard Long Doghead. Hello, how you doing out there?
What's up, Doghead?
Dog head.
How you doing, Howard Long, my brother? How you doing down in Florida?
Dog head.
Yeah.
Goddamn, I didn't know.
Angela Hamilton is watching. Hey, Angie, how you doing?
Angie.
She said, hey, y'all, the hardest working men in Macon County, and thank you. And you know what? You might be right. She said, the hardest working men in Macon County.
That's
right.
Because we all go from here to there and there to here.
Yeah,
Putting in
everywhere.
work.
Yeah, putting in that work.
That's
All
it.
right. Appreciate that, Angela.
And Alfreda Martin says, mutual aid is always greatly appreciated, and you are definitely right.
Right.
Philandra Ezel says, good evening, family, and hello to you, family.
Drill.
Angela Hamilton says, Sheriff, don't forget about the walkout on violence on
Oh,
March
yeah.
the 8th
March
at
8th.
11:45 a.m. in the square. And y'all please come out and join us for the walkout on violence. That's a great idea.
What's that date again?
It's March the 8th at 11:45
All right.
a.m. in the square. So please come out and join us on that, man. That's very, very important. Mary Cooper said, Mary Cooper Johnson is watching. Hey, Mary Cooper, how you doing? Travell Carter is watching. Hey, Travell nephew, how you doing? Mike Berry, hey, Mike
Yo,
Berry,
what's up,
commissioner
Mike?
out there, how
Mike,
you doing?
Mike, what's up?
And
Yo.
he says hi and thanks to everybody. And thank you, Mike Berry, for all that you do out there. Just really appreciate you. Miss Betty Lewis Brocknight says, hello, hey, Betty, how you doing?
It's
All right.
Betty.
And
Betty.
great to see you watching the show there. Betty is a great lady, and I appreciate everything you do. Keith Tarbert is watching. Hey, Keith, how you doing?
Keith.
Larry Calhoun, 6'9", is watching. Hey,
6'9".
Larry Calhoun.
What's up, 6'9"?
How you doing? And Larry says, good evening, Sheriff and everybody. Kiana Provo says, what's up, Sheriff and the radio crew? How you doing?
Hey, hey.
And Lovey
Yo.
Lane says hello to everybody.
Hey,
She's
Lovely
watching.
Lane.
And before
Yo.
I get off of that, I'm going to say last week I missed saying hello to Miss Virginia Jones. That's Butch Jones' wife, and Butch came up and got a reward,
Okay.
and I hate to forget it.
Right.
Don't say something to everybody. And she was part of that reward,
Okay.
you know, that part of that award
Right, okay.
that he got, man. Great lady, Miss Virginia out there in Maribel Subdivision.
Okay.
So we got to give Miss Jones a shout out for hanging
Jones.
with
What's
Butch.
up?
Butch.
Yo,
And
Butch.
she's a nice lady. She's always around us in the sheriff department, wherever Butch is, she is, and that's a great thing.
Mrs. Butch.
Mrs.
Miss
Butch.
Yeah,
And big
yes,
shouts
sir.
out. Let me give
Big
another
shout
big
out to
shouts out to
Butch.
Butch, man, because
Yes.
when Butch came in here, when he came here, the time that you
Yeah.
wasn't here,
Mhm.
Yeah.
oh, he
Oh, he
all
showed
right.
out. Yeah,
he
he
showed
Hey,
out.
Butch can speak, he
Yeah,
can talk.
man.
And
Yeah, he
Butch
showed
is,
out.
and
A big
he's
shout out to
loyal.
Butch.
He's a loyal person to my department. Couldn't do without him.
Right. He did a
Yeah.
great
And
job.
also Miss Bobby Baker. That's Bobby
Bobby-
Baker's wife.
okay.
I didn't
All right.
say anything about Miss Bobby Baker.
Baker.
Got to give her a
Yeah.
shout out,
Okay,
man.
shout out.
Yeah.
Her and her husband Bobby.
Right.
And she's the backbone for what Bobby does.
Right.
And you got to appreciate that,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
And you also got to sympathize with these ladies because everything their
Yep.
husband go through,
Yep.
they go
Yep.
through.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Just as we talked about Miss Provo and all of those,
right.
Miss Walker and everybody who goes through these things with their husband.
Right.
But that's a great thing.
Great thing.
Yeah.
You know, teamwork makes the dream work.
There you go.
That's
there
it.
you
And
go.
there it is.
That's it.
Stand
That's
by
it.
your man.
Stand by your man.
That's what's
And
up.
before we go to the next segment, got to say something to my deputy Darian LaCour, who
LaCour.
had
Okay.
surgery.
Yeah, I heard
Oh,
about that.
And he's doing great.
Yep.
You know, he's
They said
feeling
it was
good.
successful. Yeah.
He's the surgery was successful.
That's it.
And we got to take a minute and pray for my brother there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he'll be back quickly. He was in great spirits today. I went to see
Okay.
him at the hospital.
Yep.
Him and his wife Monique.
Monique. Yes. What's up,
LaCour,
Monique?
who does a great job.
Shout out to
Wow.
Monique.
Monique.
And she's a very, very talented, hard-working young lady. You know, people don't know she worked in the jail,
Okay.
and she also works in dispatch.
Okay. Great.
And she is very effective in both jobs.
Okay.
I
Talented.
definitely couldn't do without her, man. She is always working, always a pleasant person,
Mhm.
and she's there taking care of her husband tonight. And man, I appreciate that.
Great.
Yep.
Great.
You know, great family, man.
She came from
Great
the city
family.
of Tuskegee, right? Yeah.
Well, she actually still works
she's,
in the
yeah,
city.
she's busy.
Wow, okay.
That's
Yeah,
a
she's
busy
busy.
woman.
She's
That's
a
a
busy
busy
lady,
woman
man.
right
Oh,
there.
man.
And
Oh,
you
yeah.
can't do nothing but appreciate
She's
a
not,
lady like
she's
that.
not, she's not a Jamaican, is she? Because Jamaica got a lot of jobs.
know.
They got a lot of jobs.
She's just a hard-working, nice young lady, and glad to have her aboard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Definitely
right.
glad to have her aboard. But shout out to Darian LaCour, man. Great guy.
All right.
And
Speedy recovery,
speedy
man.
recovery to you, my
Yeah.
brother. And thank you for all you do.
So listen, let me ask you a question, okay? Because
Okay.
this has been in the news a lot, and just before we run out of time, we talk about this all the time, false police reports. We had these
Yeah,
false bomb threats.
Yeah.
Then, we've had some incidents
Right.
here that people were calling in the police and wasting the time.
Mm-hmm.
Around the country, we've had white folks calling police on black folks.
Yeah.
Now, we talk about this guy, what's his name, Juicy Smollett or whatever you
Yeah.
call him.
Yeah.
So I told you a couple of weeks ago, didn't I tell you it was crap?
You did
I told
say
you a
that.
couple of weeks it was crap.
You did mention
Okay.
it. You really did.
Now let me
you
tell
was
you,
on it for real.
I'm telling you. But here's the thing. This is the problem. He did something that undermines the black community,
Yeah.
the gay community, the television community, and that is just it's very disturbing that somebody would do that.
Right.
And the fact is, I want your opinion on this, Sheriff. When they make these false police reports, and you waste a lot of resources, because that's the main thing, that the reason that they charged him is because he wasted a lot of the police resources investigating, and detectives, they could have been chasing down other criminals.
Right.
Right.
So another question I have too, that's one question about police resources, but the second part of the question is, if they're going to charge this man with making a false police report, so what about #barbecue Becky making a false police
Right,
report?
right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Seriously,
You're right.
okay?
Oh,
And
yeah.
think about the lady that called the police on Bob Marley's daughter checking out of an Airbnb.
Right.
How about the people that called the police on the young lady sleeping in the Harvard dorm?
Right.
In the common areas.
Right.
So what I'm saying is they're going to charge this man, which he should be.
That's right.
Okay, he should be charged for wasting resources. But what about these other folks that are wasting police resources?
That's right.
Okay,
Well,
so tell me.
I say this, instigator.
Yes, please.
I gotta say this, instigator.
Yeah, let me know how you really feel.
It's really, when you file a false report, it does cost you a lot. A lot of time depends on how many hours, how many deputies, how many officers you have
Right.
dealing with this false report.
Absolutely.
You all these man hours, all the gas and all of that. Yeah, that's bad.
That's bad.
Yep.
We recently had somebody arrested and put in my jail because they kept calling, and giving all these false reports, and they ended up in jail, and that's the thing to do.
Right.
Yep.
So I just wouldn't do that to Becky and all of them and Jared, all these people.
Right.
I just wouldn't do that. I would do it to everybody.
That's right.
Yep.
But that's me.
Right.
But
right.
when you talk about what Sally and all of them
Yeah.
over in these places, they were in different places.
Right.
Right.
Maybe you have to say, maybe if they were in the same place that he was in, that police chief, that sheriff, or somebody would have done that to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't want to just say that was racism.
Right.
You know what
No,
I'm saying?
no.
Maybe
No,
when
it could have been, but it could not have
But
been.
it might have
I'm
not
saying,
been, right.
my point is to the wasting of resources.
the wasting of resources.
You call the police because these black people are barbecuing
Right,
in the
right,
park.
right.
Right.
And you send a bunch of officers out,
Yeah,
take
yeah.
the report and all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's still wasting
Yeah.
resources.
So that
Shouldn't
goes
it-
back. It is wasting
Waste
resources,
resources.
but I'm going back to what I was saying.
Right.
It depends. They weren't in the same areas,
Yeah.
so
Right.
maybe those chiefs and people would have done what I would have done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But definitely wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Wasting
All of it
all those
wasting
resources.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you go back to each individual that did that, calling somebody because they were barbecuing,
Yeah.
man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And the officers shouldn't even entertain that.
Yeah.
Right.
You look at my dispatchers. If somebody had called and say they out here barbecuing, my dispatcher would say, okay, what is it against the law to barbecue? It's not against the law.
Right, right.
We're not even
Right.
gonna send no
That's right.
officers out there.
Right.
Are
Send
they
them to get some
dangerous?
barbecue.
Right.
In the
Are
park.
they,
Send them out there to get
are they
some.
committing a crime?
Right.
Are they
Barbecuing.
assaulting somebody while they're barbecuing?
Right.
We need to know before we go out there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because
Right.
we're not going to bother those people.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I would probably say send an officer out there and just watch and see what they're doing. If they're not committing a crime, if they just honestly barbecuing, not bothering nobody, you tell her or whoever they need to leave.
That's right.
Yeah.
Leave these people alone.
That's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But each individual case is different.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Young lady sleeping in the dorm.
Right.
Come on now.
Is that against the
Come
law?
on
And she,
now.
and she lived there?
Yeah.
My officers, you better find out before you say something to her. Does she live there? Is she
Right.
hurting anybody?
Right.
Right.
Is she homeless? Is anything like that going on before you even bother her?
Yeah.
Don't even wake her up
Yeah.
until
Right.
you find out these things
Yeah.
and find out who's making the complaint.
Yeah,
That's
that's all
it.
in politics.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking
But
about.
you're going to do all that before you go into all these man hours. I'm
Right.
not going to call 10 people out their bed and say, hey, go up there and look, we got a lady sleeping in the dorm.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But some people would do
Yeah.
that.
right.
Yeah.
Especially when they say, this person is doing that
That's
or
right.
this person.
Right.
Without being prejudiced.
I'm gonna
right,
tell
right.
you,
You know
this
what
is a
I'm
black
saying?
person.
You
Okay.
Well, you're going to
Yeah.
send everybody.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no, we're not going to do that
Yeah.
here. But
Right.
don't. Certainly, it's wrong to file a false complaint.
Right.
First of all, the person you filed a complaint on, it's embarrassing.
Right.
Yep.
9 times out of 10, they'll probably get arrested.
Right.
You know, because when you fill out a warrant of false complaint or anything, 9 times 10, they're going to get arrested.
That's right.
Wow.
And that's not good.
Right.
Right.
You're going to take them through all of this. So that's why we try to
Right.
dig through it before we even do that.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
that is very crazy. But
you know,
it's,
a lot
it's
of people-
becoming more common
It is.
and
Yeah.
more common.
But you know, I think about all these people that were standing up for Juicy Smollett, right?
Oh, yeah.
They were standing up for this guy, right?
Right.
And they didn't really look at the evidence. So we can't call racism every time somebody accuses
That's
somebody.
right, that's
Because
right.
think about it. This idiot was dumb enough to write a check to these people.
Yeah,
I mean,
but you know,
come on,
Didn't he
man.
say, didn't he say
Hey,
to the muggles?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
hey,
He
but
went to the muggles.
What was that show back in the day? Stupid Criminals.
Dumbest criminals.
Dumbest world's dumbest
yeah,
criminals.
this happens quite often, though.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot to. And let me make sure my comments are not read wrong.
Right.
Okay.
It happens more to us.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's, I have to clear, I'm not being prejudiced. I'm
Yeah.
just being real. It happens more to us. And those are things that society has to look at.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I'm part of 67 sheriffs here in the state of Alabama.
That's it.
67.
And we go through this. All the sheriffs have to determine what's going on with these complaints, false complaints,
Right.
white on black, black on white. It's a tough job.
It's a tough
Yep.
job. Yeah.
It's a tough job.
Right.
Yep.
But all of us, speak for all of us, we would hope that people wouldn't do that.
Right. Right.
You know, because it does cost you resources.
right.
It costs you time.
Yep.
It costs you everything else when we can be doing something
Something else.
different,
Yep.
working on a real case
Right.
than instead of working on a false complaint.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and somebody that's going to do that. But certainly,
That's it.
we do have people doing it.
Right.
That's
and
it.
and it is crazy.
Yeah.
And while I'm speaking of the sheriffs in Alabama, I'm going to get off this for a minute
Yeah.
because we just came from our winter conference, and we have 20 new sheriffs in
Yeah,
the
that's
state
right.
of Alabama.
20 new.
20 new ones.
Okay.
But man, the Sheriff Association and the sheriffs in Alabama are great, man.
Yeah.
Wish a lot of you could meet some of these guys. They're down to earth. You know, Bobby Timmons over in Montgomery. You know, Susan and Leslie that works in the office there. Talk about all the great sheriffs around in this county. You know, you look at all the sheriffs that are around me, that are around us.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, man, we got some great sheriffs in this county.
Right.
And I had some sheriffs tell me, hey, man, we look at your show every Thursday
Hey,
night.
that's
So
what's
I
up.
have to give a shout out
Shout
to all the
out.
sheriffs here in the
Shout
state of
out.
Alabama, and
Big
thank
yes.
you.
And I
That's
was just
it.
about to ask you that,
Yeah.
since you were talking about the shares, would it be a really good idea if you bring a couple of them
Yeah.
more?
But
to
you
the
know
show?
what? I might be able to do that, and I'm
Yeah.
sure some of them be glad, especially
Yeah. Right.
the sheriffs that are around this
Right.
area.
Near this
Yeah.
area,
Yeah,
right.
that'll
That's it.
come here
Right.
That's it.
and come here on the show and just say hello to sheriffs
Yeah.
and tell you a little bit about
Right.
what they do.
Right, right.
And
exactly.
that might be a great
That's
thing.
it.
And
Yeah.
you know what? I may try to do that.
Yeah, that'd be really
Hey,
good.
before we run out of time, though,
Mhm.
I got a couple of special shout outs I'd like to make because I know
Okay.
we got like 3 minutes left. Okay.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Macon County Economic Development Association for backing us up. And I'd like to thank Mathis Financial for backing us up. And Kim Pointer. Y'all know Kim Pointer.
Kim, that's my classmate.
Yeah, she is performing at BB King's Blues Club
Okay.
on the 16th. It's like 10 p.m. And so you got to get there early because the place is going to be packed.
Wow, okay.
So just shout out to Kim Pointer. She's doing her
Kim,
thing up there.
Kim.
Yo. Also, I need to give a shout out to my son. My son's album dropped on Saturday.
Wow.
Worldwide. It's on iTunes and everything. It's called, if you look for YZZI is the
YZZ.
artist. And the song, the album is called Late Nights, Early Mornings. Okay.
Wow,
so
that's
y'all can
great.
look that up.
Well, we have to give you a congratulations
Yeah,
on that.
congratulations,
yeah,
Izzy.
Yeah, yeah. We have
Yo.
to give you congratulations on
Yo.
that. That's great. You know,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is really great.
I need to give also shout out to a friend of mine in Seattle, Washington. You know, we got people all over the country. And last week, the time we were talking about Arinza Thigpen.
Right.
He was like, hey, what am I, chopped liver? Shout out to Albert. You know Albert Bulls is related to the Bulls family here.
Right, right, right.
But he lives out in Seattle.
Wow, wow.
So shout out to him. Shout out to my mother, who's out there, Sojourner.
Okay.
And also a shout out to a very dear friend of mine that has saved my life, Dr. Majors. She knows who she is.
Wow,
Okay.
that's
So
great.
thanks, Dr. Majors, for hooking me up.
Great, great.
Yo, and
Ooh,
Jordan,
that's great.
thanks for flying solo last week.
Hey,
You're
she did a
star.
great
She
job,
did
man.
an
Really
excellent
good
She did a
job.
great job.
Oh,
She did
yes,
a great
she did.
job.
Really good.
Yes, that's my shout out.
Wow, there you go. Hey, look, and I want to get back on. We always talked about the Neighborhood Watch program. We
Yeah.
need to definitely get back on that, the
Right.
Neighborhood Watch program
Right.
Yeah.
here in the city and out in the county.
Right.
There's been a lot of
And
break-ins.
one of the they have. And one of the major things that I wanted to talk about is a countywide, Neighborhood Watch, but we've been talking about for the last year or
Yeah,
so.
You're right.
And I just want y'all to know, still important to what we're doing. All the neighborhood watches, watch out for your neighbors, man.
Yep.
And if you see anything, you can definitely call me at the sheriff department. You can call me on my cell phone, and y'all know I don't mind that. But let's get back on our neighborhood
Yeah.
watches and just caring about your neighbor and
Right.
doing what you do.
Right.
And also watch these local businesses because they be getting
Yeah,
hit
they
pretty
been
hard.
getting hit
too.
Right,
hard
right.
in the
Yeah,
city.
yeah.
And we're going to try to help out with that. My deputy's going to try to help out with that.
Okay.
We will definitely be riding and helping you out in the city. And if you have some particular areas in the city that you need help in, please give me a call.
Yeah.
That's you residents here and everybody. We're here to help.
Yep.
Please give me a call.
Look like
So we'll definitely
MLK
help
needs MLK needs a little help right about now.
Okay. All right. But listen, we got okay, Angela Hamilton says lunch will be served on the 8th. Freddie Cunningham is watching. Hey, Freddie, how you doing?
What's up,
Katricia
Freddie?
Campbell,
Yo.
how you doing? Scott Muhammad, hello. Freddie
Scott,
said, hey, fellas. And Cherry Purefro Low, hey, sister, how you doing?
All
Tell
right.
your husband and family I said hello. And that's everybody on Facebook Live. My shout out goes to everybody in ear reach. Everybody that can hear me,
Yeah.
I'm giving you a shout out on Hear Me TV.
TV.
And everybody
that's
can see us
everybody.
too, right?
Yeah, and they can see us too.
That's
Right.
it. That's
on
it.
Tuskegee
Virtual
Virtual TV.
There you
So
go.
that's my shout out to everybody, but special to my wife over here. Hey, Courtney Bronson.
CBTV.
CBTV.
CBTV. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody, man, the whole entire Macon County. I want to give a big shout out to the guys here, right here on this station, 100.7 WBZ. That's Sylvester McPherson, the co-pilot, myself, the connected, DJ Buddha Rush. Also give a shout out to my wife and kids. Love y'all. I know she's listening right now. She's going to text me in a few minutes. Love you. But anyway,
Yeah.
but big shout out to everybody. Also, I went over to Magnolia Nursing Home today, along with Sylvester
I
McPherson
heard about that.
and Sylvester Collins. They were singing, man. It was a great.
Oh, man, I bet that was great.
Really, really nice, man.
Yeah.
And that nice program was Black History program they had over there, man. Got a chance to meet some of the residents, and meet Sylvester and the other Sylvester Collins and Sylvester McPherson. Man, we had a good time. That would not be my last time over there.
Right.
I'm going over there
Okay.
very frequently because I got to get some of that wisdom from those people over there, the resident, to pass down to some of the young people,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Because
Right.
a lot of stuff that the knowledge that they have, the
Yeah.
wisdom that they have, is not in no books
Yeah.
you can read.
No,
That's
no.
right.
No, you can't
Yeah.
Google it.
No.
That's
you can't
right.
go to Facebook and find it.
Yeah.
They got
Hey,
it right
man,
there.
pass down that knowledge.
I got to get it. I got
Yeah.
to get it. And I
Yeah.
will be over there very soon. I talked to the directors over there. Really nice people, friendly people.
Oh,
over
yeah,
there.
definitely.
And then I got a chance to eat. You already know.
Uh-oh.
I went to the cafeteria, got me some of that food,
That's what it's
y'all.
all
Hey,
about.
and they right
Yeah.
across the street.
Get it right across the street.
Yeah.
But that's been my time, y'all. Love y'all, Macon County. And we out on this last day.
Last
The
day
last
of
day.
Last day
February.
of February,
That's
Black
it.
History
Peace
Month.
out.
But we keep going celebrating Black
Hey.
history
That's it.
throughout February, March,
The whole
April,
month.
Hey, the
All
whole year.
The whole year.
The
That's
whole
right.
year.
and we out here. Peace,
Yo,
y'all.
Peace.
yo.